Hey Cinemasfire. So like Maya, I'm also going to do kind of a reintroduction myself. So I'm Chris. Hi Internet. I graduated in 2011 with an English degree. Unlike Maya, I did not find a job in that field, not even close. I've been working in IT since I graduated. I actually just started a new job this month. This is my office. That's where my office mate sits. This is where I sit. There's actually some pretty cool stuff here, and I think I'm going to have to take you guys on a tour someday. As far as videos go, I've been a member of wearestelmosfire for about a year now. Before that, I made some videos for a collab channel called English Major Stalking with my friend Kel, who actually is joining wearestelmosfire. You'll see her video on Saturday. I'm gonna have to check that. We never really intended for the old channel to stop updating, it just sort of worked out that way, so I'm really excited to be able to start making videos with her again. On both channels I've talked about things that I'm interested in, like media and internet communities, and I've talked about some of the elements of postgraduate life that are stressful, like getting laid off from your job, which happened to me last month, and the things that are like stressful and also exciting, like buying a house. By the way, fun fact, I recently realized that my house made a cameo in a video that I made like 4 months before buying my house. Unintentional foreshadowing? I also have two semi-dead side projects. One of them is called Chris Never Sings. It's a channel that I made to sort of build the skill of playing guitar and singing in front of people because it's not something that I can do. It's still not something that I can do because I only made like 6 videos for the channel and the last one I put up more than a year ago. And I have no idea when/if I'm gonna put more up. I also made sort of a demo video for a project that I've been stalling on for the better part of a year now, where I would just talk about media and movies and books, that sort of a thing. I was gonna call it What Makes It, as in like what makes it good, what makes it bad. I don't like that name anymore, which is only one of many reasons I've been putting it off. That channel is something that I'd like to really get started on. Another thing about me, I'm really bad at getting started on things, and I'm also really bad at starting things and not finishing them. It's not good. But other than that, one of the other problems I have with those side projects is that I really kind of go back and forth of how I feel about YouTube. Like sometimes I see how amazingly cool YouTube communities can be, and how Nerdfighteria does things like raise tons and tons of money, and how one person can have this stupid idea of a made-up vlogbrother called Dave Green, and tons of people can run with it and it becomes a thing. But sometimes I see the side of YouTube that really frustrates me, like the fact that YouTube's top comment algorithm still favors negative comments. And that big communities at this point are so big that it doesn't really feel like you can partake in them in any meaningful way. And because it seems like it's harder than ever to get a small community going on YouTube, it kind of makes me wonder sometimes what the point even is. Basically, sometimes it feels like the YouTube community is your choice of shouting into the void or shouting into the crowd, and either way, no one will probably hear you. Now it's worth pointing out that I don't really believe that that's true, it just kind of feels that way sometimes. Something that I mentioned in the comments of Maya's last video is the fact that there really isn't a YouTube community anymore. Like, YouTube is just way too big for that. There's not even just like a Nerdfighteria community anymore, because Hank and John have like 2 million subscribers, that they don't all interact at once. That's not possible. And this sounds kind of counterintuitive, but I think what holds those large communities together is fragmenting them. Like Maya pointed out, there are subsections of nerdfighters. There's the ones who play Minecraft, the ones in the Kiva groups, the one who only watch the videos and never comment. Those sections together make up a larger community, but they don't need to do it all at once. And that's how we kind of get a YouTube community when there really isn't a YouTube community. So small communities don't necessarily have to be self-sustaining. They interact with other small communities and then they become bigger communities. Like how our community got a huge boost when How To Adults shared our call for vloggers. Like I don't think I can properly explain how exciting that was. As a small channel, we never had that chance to look through a pool of applicants before. That was a really strange thing. We basically just spent an entire Saturday looking through the responses and watching people's videos and making the really tough decision of who we would reach out to join the channel. And in the end, that gave me a lot of hope for small communities on YouTube. It's still not the best platform for small communities. It's still not the best platform for really any kind of community, but what it really comes down to is that with these YouTube communities, you get back what you put in. Maybe not all at once, and maybe not in the ways you'd expected, but eventually, if you put in the effort, you won't just be shouting into the void. So that's it for me. On Friday, you'll see one of the new vloggers, I think. I really should have double-checked the schedule before I started making this video. But by the end of next week, you'll have seen all the new vloggers. So, Kel, Amy, and Bree, welcome again to the channel. I hope you have fun, and I will see you guys in the next coming days. Bye. Oh, and speaking of ways to interact with the YouTube community, I sort of bought my vidcon creator pass last night, so that's definitely a thing I'm going to be talking about soon.